Joseph. That's coming along well. That's the chorus from our new song that we're writing from Psalm 18.
That's right.
So would you like to know more about writing verses for your worship songs? In this video, we will create lyric lines from Psalm 18 for verses 1 and 2 for our new song, then set them to music. We will give each line a melody that flows well with the words. Then Joseph will add chords to the melody to complete the verses for our new song.
That's right. So comment with the word song if you would like to learn more about writing your own new verses from this psalm. So Mom, as we were sharing in our last video, there are several amazing themes to choose from in Psalm 18 for writing the different parts of the song. First, we will look at the following theme. The first one is, God rescues the crying heart. Psalm 18 begins with distress and crying out to God. Worship songs built from this theme often connect deeply because they feel honest and personal. Themes inside this are, God hears prayer, God responds personally, God comes near in suffering, and no cry is ignored.
That's right.
We will start with verse 3 in the psalm, which says this in the New Living Translation. I called on the Lord, who is worthy of praise, and he saved me from my enemies. So, our first two lyric lines can be like this. I will call upon you, Lord. You are worthy to be praised.
That's so good. So for the rest of verse 1, we will use more of the beautiful lines that David wrote. So verse 6 in the New Living Translation says this, But in my distress I cried out to the Lord. Yes, I prayed to my God for help. He heard me from his sanctuary. My cry to him reached his ears.
That's good.
So let's make this even more personal by continuing to speak directly to the Lord in our lyric lines. I love the concept of God hearing our voice from heaven,
Right.
and the reassurance that comes from that. That is very reassuring that God hears us.
Yes.
So our next lines are as follows. You hear my voice from heaven, so I know I shall be saved.
For inspiration to write our second verse, we can look further into the psalm where David recounts the powerful intervention that God performed on his behalf. In Psalm 18:16 in the New Living Translation, it says this, He reached down from heaven and rescued me. He drew me out of deep waters. So our lyric line can be more personal. You reached down and rescued me.
That's right.
Let's check to see if this pattern matches the first line in our first verse. I will call upon you, Lord. It does, doesn't it?
It does.
Now we can move on to writing the second line. The very next verse gives us what we need from Psalm 18. In verse 17, in the New Living Translation, it says this, He rescued me from my powerful enemies, from those who hated me and were too strong for me. So the next line is, and saved me from my enemies.
That's right.
We do have two lines that rhyme here, don't we?
That's right.
So we want the last two lines to be more like verse 1 with the A-B, C-B pattern. We talked about weaving the concept of light into our song in our first video. So let's revisit this theme.
So the theme we had was God brings light into darkness. And there's really only one verse in this psalm that mentions that, but it's very powerful. You know, that's what Jesus is referred to as in the New Testament. The light of the world. He calls us the light of the world once we're born again, but he brought light into the world when he was born. When he started preaching the gospel and teaching about the Father.
That's right.
He was the light. So a beautiful theme tucked inside Psalm 18 is illumination and hope. The key verse is, "You, Lord, keep my lamp burning. My God turns my darkness into light."
That's good.
So in the New Living Translation, the verse reads like this: "You light a lamp for me. The Lord my God lights up my darkness."
That's so good, isn't
Kind
it?
of makes you think about being out in the woods camping and it's pitch dark. But if someone lights up one little lamp or just strikes a match, all of a sudden you can see. You can see other people's faces. You can see what you need to do. It's no longer dark, right?
That's right.
It doesn't take a lot of light to break through darkness and to just drive away darkness. But God, of course, is so much light.
That's right.
So our third line from this theme can be, "Your light broke through the darkness." So, of course, still keeping it personal, talking to the Lord, right? That gives us a more visual way to describe it, light breaking through, right? Not just, it just kind of gently moved through the air and, the darkness went away gradually. No, once you turn on a light, boom, darkness is gone, right? It's sudden. So God breaks through darkness, and of course that's referring to not just darkness like we see, light and darkness in the natural world. This is talking about spiritual darkness. When people don't know the Lord, they're in spiritual darkness. Just a good nugget for you here. So when we got born again, and when David saw God come down with thunder and lightning and shaking the earth, and everything was trembling, mountains trembling, people trembling.
Yeah.
There was light suddenly hitting the earth that wasn't there before, and it was visual. People could see God coming down. It put them in fear, right? David's enemies were all in fear, and David's like, "Hey, it's my God showing up," right? It's so awesome. So we need the inspiration from our last line. So remember when we talked about David coming into a large place? God brought him into a large place where he felt free. There's so much freedom when God gets rid of darkness, when he breaks bondages off of your life. This can give us the inspiration we need for our last line. Let's look at verse 19. This can give us inspiration for our last line. Let's look at verse 19 in the Amplified Classic. "He brought me forth also into a large place. He was delivering me because he was pleased with me and delighted in me." David knew that God was pleased with him. And God manifested this response to David by delivering him from all his enemies, breaking through darkness, getting bondages off of him, setting him free from the fear and the concern of what people were trying to do to him. So, so powerful. So our last line for the second verse is, "Now I know that I am free." And that really coincides well with the last line of the first verse that says, "So I know I shall be saved." I like that assurance. We're supposed to be, this song is supposed to be full of assurance in God's saving, rescuing, delivering power, right? And we need to sing about that, don't we, Joseph?
Yes, we do.
We do. So this will also help our rhyming pattern. We have the words "me" in the first line, "enemies" that ends the second line, "darkness," and then "free." So the pattern is A, the first two lines rhyme, then B, we introduced a different sound, darkness, and then the A sound again, "free," in ending the last line. So at least we've got, a similar pattern, not exactly the same. It doesn't always come out exactly the same whenever you write more verses for your song. But at least they have some similarity. So we can give ourselves a little grace when it comes to rhyming.
To put this all together, here are verses 1 and 2. "I will call upon you, Lord. You are worthy to be praised. You hear my voice from heaven, so I know I shall be saved. You reached down and rescued me and saved me from my enemies. Your light broke through the darkness. Now I know that I am free."
That's right. That's so good. So I will sing the melody of each line, Then Joseph will add the chords to them, and he'll tell you what the chords are that he's playing.
Mm-hmm.
And it really is singable and easy to learn. That's what we want for songs, that we want people to learn quickly when they hear them, and then be able to sing and confess these things and join in praising God. So we're writing this in the key of C, so it's not too high or too low. Do you remember that rule that we've heard in worship seminars before? From C to shining C. So if you're singing between middle C and the next C up on the keyboard on a piano, then you're keeping people in a pretty good range for congregational singing. So here's the melody of the first line. We're starting a little low, but it's going to get better as we go along. I will call upon you, Lord.
So I'm thinking A minor.
Oh, I like that.
And then F.
Uh-huh.
Da, 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 da. Then probably C.
Okay, that gets back to the key that we're in, right?
Then maybe bounce off the G.
Oh, that's
a transition, yeah.
Uh-huh. And then the second line is, you are worthy to be praised. So we've got a nice lift there, worthy to be praised, which is great with the words, right? Getting that lift in the melody. All right. What do you have for that, Joe?
So I'm thinking again, A minor, the F, and C. I leave out the G this time.
Oh, okay. So we're not going to start quite as low on the third line. Sometimes the first line and the third line can have the same melody, but I wanted this to actually start moving upward. Since we don't have a pre-chorus, we're going to use these last two lines to start ascending towards the chorus.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. I think it will really keep lifting this verse up. So I will call upon you, Lord. You are worthy to be praised. And here's line 3. Okay. You hear my voice from heaven.
Dun, 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 dun. That's F and G.
Oh, I like that. So I know I shall be saved.
Maybe do F and G again, but with different basses. That's with A bass.
F with an A.
And G with B bass.
Oh, I like that. So
that's ascending.
So the bass,
it can go right into the C.
So what are those bass notes that are ascending through that?
It's regular F, then G, and then F with A bass, and then G with B bass.
Right. So the bass is actually walking up, but it's not that obvious. But it gives kind of undergirds that build up, right?
Right.
That's good. That's a great musical device. If you didn't know you could put different bass notes in your chords, there you go. It really adds a different layer to the song. I like that a lot. That we learned that, playing guitar, that you could put a different bass on some chords and like, ooh, this is pretty cool. But that is actually not as obvious as hearing, the chords walk up all the notes. So that's good, Joseph. I like that. So the same thing will happen with verse 2. You want to play along with me?
Let's do it.
Want me to sing through verse 1 and then go right into verse 2? How about that? So we will have a chorus in between these, but just for the purpose of teaching what this sounds like. Okay, ready for verse 1? I will call upon you, Lord. You are worthy to be praised. You hear my voice from heaven, so I know I shall be saved. And then verse 2. You reached down and rescued me and saved me from my enemies. Your light broke through the darkness. Now I know that I am free. And it'll go well into the chorus, as you may have heard Joseph play some of that chorus music at the beginning, I love you fervently,
Right.
oh Lord, my strength. Yes. So much fun, isn't it?
Very much fun, yes.
Yes.
In our next video, we will write a bridge for our new song from Psalm 18. We will see you there.